Hello, this is Itai Levitin from Forex Live, and I'll be going over the Russell 2000 technical analysis according to levels of resistance and support, 20 exponential moving average, and trend lines, candlestick patterns, and I always cover a certain technical indicator, and this time we will be looking at a very interesting anchored VWAP. VWAP is the volume weighted average price. So let's get into it. I'm now on the weekly time frame. I've got this bull flag, this yellowish bull flag, which we broke out of, and we might be retesting. So that is one level of potential support to look at. It was a resistance until it got broken, and now it is support. We also have the 20 EMA moving average, which is currently, let's make it a little bit more prominent. It's now at 18 1,857.6. So that is definitely an important support that a lot of algos and traders are looking at. We may test it, hopefully not for the bulls, but we definitely don't want to close a weekly candle below it. That will be quite a bearish sign, uh, turning into very bearish if two consecutive weekly candles close below that EMA. We may, as mentioned, still test that broken bull flag. Now, looking at the daily, we have a few closer supports. So we've got uh, the low of 2 weeks ago at 1883.1. That is also something to watch. Above it, we've got the 1900 round number. Okay. If the market is quite uh, bullish still, and this recent pullback is almost over. As you can see, we've had a rally. Let's look at it this way: rally, pullback, leg up again, and now pulling back. And look where the market closed. It closed right above the 20 EMA of the daily. This is important. Okay, if this is a good sign for the bulls, and the fact that the Russell on Friday finished, uh, um, uh, although it's very slightly green, but still, and above that 20 EMA is a good sign, and it did not breach the 1900 support. Okay, so definitely look at the 1900 support. Some would look uh, again at supports such as the 1919. And if I look at here at the high of June 22, then definitely that is also a good line to watch. And that is exactly at 1919.6. The reason I put the 1900 as a round number because these tops, this one over here, and this one over here, and this one over here. Okay, they can be breached. A lot of traders are looking at them and putting stops very close to there, and institutions selling the other side of the trade. Uh, then they want to stop them out. So the 1900 is a more resilient support, if you'd like. And if I will be looking, if a daily closes below the 1900, then it's another DEFCON 2 for the situation of the bulls versus bears, because bears get a bit of a upper hand then. Let's go. Let's go further. We have a trend line. A trend line. We have this purple dotted line. Let's get these out of the way. And I mean, it's not a major technical thing to look at, but there are going to be some algos and traders looking at it. If we get there, this is if it breaches down the 20 EMA and goes towards testing that yellowish bull flag. So it's something to still look at, but I don't think, I hope we're not going to get there for as a bull at this stage. I hope we're not going to get there, but we'll see. I mean, even if I've got my bit of a bias because I'm human and not a robot, and that's fine, but it's still I'm acknowledging that. Then if definitely a daily starts closing below the 1900, if we get close to that 1857 EMA on the weekly, then definitely I will be starting to change my premise. As far as candlestick patterns, what I'd like to note is this is on a lower time frame, so I'll get rid of that. We still have an inside bar. This is an inside bar where the body and the low and the high are within both the high and low of the previous one, and within the same, the body is contained within the body. So the open and the close, they overshadow, they contain the open of the close of last week. So this is a sign of still a consolidation. The fact that we didn't close below the open of the previous candle, okay, so we didn't close below 1916.8. That is still a good sign for the bulls, and I'm noting that because there was some kind of a bit of a scary price action for the bulls and for holders that they wanted were like, okay, let's sell because this is getting extended and we might be going down. But the fact that we have an inside bar here is still a consolidation. It's still, there's a bit of a glimpse of light still for the bulls for more up, and we'll see about that. Even if we get another second candle for a pullback, we'll have to see that we don't close below that 1857 and even 1900. Okay. Regarding certain technical indicators, what I want to say is this time I'll go to the anchored VWAP and looking at a certain period. So if you look at this chart, you'll see where's the major, even drastic pivot point that we have. It's definitely here at the low of the low with the COVID crash, where some of the people thought that's it, we're done. So let's look at let's look at the anchored VWAP, which is here, and I'm going to take it from the very low, okay, and then actually I'm going to remove all the other things, the lower bands, and that. Let's actually move, keep one band. So I've got this purple line, and this is the VWAP. Okay, so looking at the volume, the volume average weighted price, then this is basically an indicator that a lot of institutions are looking at, and it's we can see it as the average price since here, average considering also the volume, and a lot of times the VWAP, especially from these pivot points, important ones, as well as intraday VWAP and other weekly VWAP, monthly VWAPs are act as support and resistance. And here we are still protecting it. We went up, retraced down, okay, probably for liquidation sakes, and the VWAP is just below the 1900 here at 1895, let's say, okay. Uh, so it's still above that uh, 20 EMA on the weekly. We should be protecting it. Price should be sustaining above it if the bullish premise continues. So that is something you can also put it on your charts if you've got Trading View or other charting softwares. That's another charting software that allows you to put the anchored view up. Okay, so this has been a technical analysis of the Russell from Forex Live, and do return to Forex Live to see both news and technical analysis and other views. Some of them are quite original, I think, on the web, and do trade the E-mini Russell 2000 index at your own risk.